Good afternoon, everyone. So today I want to talk to you guys about a really interesting TED Talk. So why I choose this TED Talk? As you can see, the title is 3 Things I Learned While My Plane Crashed. As you could imagine, the title hooked me a lot. I thought it was really interesting, and personally, I love listening to personal experiences. So I said to myself, why not give it a try? I opened the TED Talk. It happens to be given by a really normal guy whose name is Rick Elias, who is actually a CEO of a marketing service. So he's like one of us. Like, it could be a student, it could be anyone from the business world. The interesting thing about this TED Talk is that he's not like, in TED Talks there's usually a special guy who is really professional about a topic, and he gives information about that, and we listen. I felt really close to this guy, because as all we are international students, we are taking plane rides a lot, and I actually take planes rides a lot, like from New York to my hometown Turkey, like from my home country Turkey. It takes like 12 hours on a flight. So I thought this topic was really interesting. So as you can get it from the title, it's about how the plane crashed and what he felt while the plane was crashing, what he learned. He shares his experiences. I really recommend you guys to listen it after I present it as well, because the intensity and the feeling was really off the charts. I usually, when I listen to TED Talks, it's really like the person who gives the speech talks, but I don't really feel the feelings. In this one, it's really different. Anyways, Rick Elias mentions the 3 really important lessons he learned while his plane was crashing in this TED Talk. And the first lesson he learned is that life changes in an instant. Meaning, today you might be having all these like really good health, money or friends, and in an instant tomorrow you might not have any of these. And basically he says, always be grateful for what you have, and never postpone, because you never know what's gonna happen tomorrow or even an hour later. So never postpone, never leave today's work to tomorrow. That's the main idea of the first lesson. And for the second lesson, Elias says that don't waste time with things that don't matter, with the people that matter. Meaning, this is a little bit of a tricky lesson actually. I took a little bit of time to understand it. Saying, for example, if you had a fight with a friend or anybody else, and you like them a lot, don't let your ego stand in your way to make peace with your friend. Because again, it all comes down to the first thing he said. Everything can change in an instant. That friend might get into a car accident one day, and you might not ever see her or him again. So don't waste time. The third thing, which I thought was really interesting, was dying is not scary, which I always thought, if I was going to die, hopefully not, but it will be really scary. But according to Elias, he says it's really sad, because there's so much, you realize there's so much you haven't done, so much you wanted to experience, and you didn't really have the time. One of the biggest regrets he actually had was that he wasn't able to see his children grow up. So he wasn't specifically sad about that. And he said that while the plane was crashing, I was like, why doesn't the thing just blow up? Why do we have to wait until it goes to crash down? Those countdown is stressing, and it's just not sad. It's just not scary, but sad more than that. So basically the talk was about that. I thought it was really engaging. So I'm gonna let you guys listen to a 30-second part, which I thought was interesting.
to share with you 3 things I learned about myself that day. I learned that it all changes in an instant. We have this bucket list, we have these things we want to do in life. And I thought about all the people I wanted to reach out that I did, all the fences I wanted to make, all the experiences I wanted to have and I never did. As I thought about that, later on I came up with a saying, which is, I collect bad wines. Because if the wine is ready and the person is there, I'm opening it. I no longer want to postpone anything in life. And that urgency, that purpose, has really changed my life. The second thing I learned that day, and this is as we clear, that urgency, that purpose, has really changed.
That's about part of my 30 seconds. Bottom line, today is a gift, and tomorrow is a mystery. Never forget that. And now, I would like to discuss my transcript of that 30 seconds. So, yes, this is the 30 seconds we just listened. And when I first started investigating, one really interesting thing popped down in my mind. The speaker always says, for example, while mentioning this sentence, now I want to share with you. But in the transcript it says, I want to. Now, I wondered why this happens, so me and my professor started discussing. It's actually it happens to be a reduced form, which we all actually use in our daily language as well. You know, I always say, I want to do this, I want to do that. I personally never remember saying, I want to do this to anybody. So I can relate to this kind of notation. And the second one is really similar to reduced form, but it's much more grammarly actually. The speaker says, I learn about. But actually, it has to be I learned about. But again, in daily speaking speech, I realize that most of the time there's distresses, which might result in losing that ED part of the grammar. So that's what's happening over there. And again, the same thing happening here happens here. The speaker says, we want to do it, I want to do it, but in the transcript, of course, if it was going to be something written, it has to be say, I want to. So again, a reduced form, we see it. In this part, I thought about all the people. Now, if you guys want to say it with me, thought about. Like, almost these two letters are combining. So I felt there was this linking over there. And then, again, thought. I thought to myself, why is it ending with D? There is obviously a flapped T over there. And again, moving from there, there's reach out, I spotted. Again, when I pronounce reach out, I see that H and O overlaps with each other, so I thought linking over there. And oh, this one is actually interesting. Professor helped me to figure that one out. As I thought about, as you can see, as I thought about, as Turkish, maybe I can't really pronounce this the way native speakers are doing it, but when you are mentioning something like this, you usually say about, but not about. So there's that A there kind of disappears. So that's reduced vowel. And the last one I realized in this transcript was again a linking. Later on, R and O, I realized they were overlapping, so I got that over there. And now I'm gonna try to read this with the voice of the speaker. Hopefully, I probably can't give the feeling because I never experienced and hopefully will never experience a plane crash, but I will do my best. Now I want to share with you 3 things I learned about myself that day. I learned that it all changes in an instant. we have this bucket list, we have these things we want to do in life, and I thought about all the people I wanted to reach out to that I didn't. All the fences I wanted to mend, all the experiences I wanted to have, and I never did. As I thought about that later on, I came up with a saying, which is, I collect bad wines. Because if the wine is ready and the person is there, I'm opening it. As I said, maybe this is not as much like engaging as he says it, because like while I was listening to him, I could literally see the tremble in his voice. But again, I thought it was really interesting. I thought you can learn great lessons out of it. Thank you for listening.